So 2021 is all gonna come back to haunt everybody, and especially the sport of Formula One. Especially all involved in the sport of Formula One. Did anybody watch the Austrian Grand Prix today? I did. What did we see? We saw the same old bullshit, the same old double speak, the same old, oh, well, we told you it was like this one time, and now we're telling you it's like it's something else. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what? Before 2021, we all learnt about the sport of motor racing. We learnt about it through authentic commentary, or so we believed. In 2021, oh no, it's new rules. It's new rules. It's not like that at all. It's Verstappen rules in 2021. Anything goes. Let them race. We'll let Verstappen just fuck his car at everybody else, and it's all okay. Nothing to see here. No further action required. That was fine. You let him get away with it in 2021. 6 times, 7 times. Should have been banned before the Abu Dhabi race in 2021. We saw it at Imola, at the chicane, where he ran Lewis Hamilton off the track. We saw it at Spain 2021, where he dive-bombed Lewis Hamilton. We saw it at Monza 2021, where he ran Hamilton off the track at the chicane. He then ended up on Hamilton's head at the other chicane. We saw it at Brazil, where he ran Lewis Hamilton off the track. We saw it at Saudi, where he ran Lewis Hamilton off the track, where he brake tested Lewis Hamilton. France, he actually cut a corner, didn't obey the rules, went back onto the track. Oh, no penalty for that. What about Lewis Hamilton today? What happened with the Lewis Hamilton situation on lap 1, where he went off at turn 1 to avoid an accident? Okay, gained a position. I'm not trying to argue that he didn't, but arguably, what we see in the sport is that they will deem these incidents as a lap 1 incident where, due to the amount of traffic and especially the first corner, cars are kind of, rather than have a big pile up, they give a bit of leeway. Hamilton avoided an incident. He was ahead of science for that, but what did Mercedes do? Well, they did the same thing that they always do. They pussied out, right? And they go, "I'll give him the place back just to not risk being given a 10-second penalty." So they gave a place away, so it seems. Right? Mercedes gave that up just so they wouldn't get penalised. That didn't happen in France 2021 when Max Verstappen breached the rules, breached what the race director's directions were in terms of how you had to re-enter the track. And, oh yeah, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. And then we see Abu Dhabi, lap 1. What was it? Turn 6. Where Verstappen does the dive bomb. Leaves no track room for Lewis Hamilton, so Lewis Hamilton has to avoid the collision. Oh, he has to give that place back. He has to give that place back. Strap on, fanboys. Let us incite you. Let's tell you that he had to give that place back. Lewis went off track. Max stayed on the track. Max stayed on the track. That's not the rules, kids. That's not the rules. I've been telling you this all the way along. Oh, but I stayed on the track. Yeah, that's not the rules. You've got to leave the other car track room. Did you see, was it Hulkenberg? Or was it one of the Haas drivers? I don't really care. In the sprint race, where they didn't, where they stayed on the track, but they didn't leave enough room on the track for the other car because they forced the other car off the track. Yeah, they got penalised. And what you get? Brundle going, oh, well, I don't think you should penalise that. Fuck off, Brundle, you two-faced bastard. Okay? You two-faced, validating bastard. And I'm going to make it my business to expose you for what you are to the entire world. I've got some clips from today which I'm going to make other videos of because I can't get into bringing them all out in this video. It's going to take a bit more time of just going through them. Two-faced, lying bastard. Okay? double speak, saying the opposite of what he says at other periods of time, always validating the Red Bull, only tentatively knocking the Red Bull when he can't get away with it. He can't get away with lying because things are so obvious. So what have we got? We've got this. Andrea Stella, words about the incident. The problem is that if you don't address these things honestly, they will come back. They have come back today because they were not addressed properly in the past when there were fights with Lewis that needed to be punished in a harsher way. McLaren team principal Andrea Stella on the incident between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Told you it's all going to unravel. I told you it's all going to unravel. What were you saying in 2021, Andreas? I don't know if you're in the sport then. Maybe you weren't. What was everybody else in the sport saying? Were they sticking up for Lewis Hamilton? Were they saying, hang on a minute, that is an illegal manoeuvre in this sport? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear anybody else from any of the teams calling it out. I didn't hear the commentary teams calling it out. Why was that? Because it was a narrative. It was a narrative. It was just allow Verstappen to do what the fuck he wanted, just to give him the chance of somebody taking it to Lewis Hamilton. Creating this fake drama of fake competition to stop Lewis Hamilton running away with it because he'd got a superior, well, actually over the course of the 2021 season, the Red Bull was the faster car, but Hamilton was off the back of winning 4 consecutive championships. And some of them seasons, he was in the strongest car. Some of them seasons, he was up against illegal cars. Okay? But Hamilton has proved, as long as he's in a competitive car, he's got what it takes to win the championship. And they wanted to make sure that somebody was going to compete with him and do it with any means possible. And if that meant illegal driving, if that, oh, he's bought this new style of aggressive driving. No, it's fucking illegal. It's dangerous. Oh, it's elbows out from Max Verstappen. No, it's fucking illegal. It's dangerous. So your only way of driving against that is to drive illegally and dangerous. And let's be clear. There was a manoeuvre that Norris put in on Verstappen today, which was fucking reckless. Right? It was disgusting the way that Norris did a dive bomb up the inside and went off the track the other side. Okay, that was a filthy manoeuvre from Norris. But he's made to drive like that because how many times had Verstappen moved under braking, okay, done a double move when Lando was trying to put one on him? When Lando was trying to pull a move on him, right, Verstappen is doing a double move. Illegal. So you get forced into doing something different. Then what? You have a collision. You have kids that want to take part in motorsport watching dive bombs like that, with nowhere near the ability of these Formula One drivers, and they try and replicate these manoeuvres, and you're going to get crashes. You're going to get injuries as a result of those crashes. You might even get deaths as a result of those crashes. And who's at fault? Well, those that are at fault are the sport of Formula One and the FIA for not stamping it out, for not setting the example, for saying, oh, we call that let them race. Oh, that's just an elbows out way of driving. Oh, Max has come along with this super aggressive. Oh, Max won't yield. Max won't back down to anybody. That's how you must drive. You mustn't yield. You mustn't back down to it. No. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So this is something that Sky Sports F1 have put out on their Facebook. And this one has had 5.8 thousand reactions. Some people have clicked the thumbs up. Some people have clicked the heart. Some people have clicked the laughing face emoji. The strap-on wank boy will have clicked the laughing face emoji. You've seen them thousands of times to my posts. Thousands of times I've received the laughing face emoji from the strap-on wank boy that just likes Max Verstappen. They've got no integrity. They've got no recognition of sporting integrity, safety, what is true. But the best they can do is reaction with the laughing face emoji. That's all you've got. That's all you've got. You idolise a scumbag. Okay? Max Verstappen is a cunt. 100% cunt. Simple as that. Right? I've seen other YouTubers that are quite nice to Max Verstappen. Even the ones that know Abu Dhabi was a fix. I've seen recent videos from these YouTubers saying, oh, yeah, nobody's denying Max Verstappen's talent. Max Verstappen could have had, no, the bloke is a turd. Simple as that. His driving is atrocious, unless he's in a car that's 2 seconds a lap faster than everybody else, and then he's just on cruise control. As soon as he has to get into sort of any battle whatsoever, he is filthy. He will rather drive another car off the track and cause a collision rather than yield a position. That's not motorsport. That's not motorsport. Okay? Somebody should give him a fucking good hiding for that. And actually, had it been someone like James Hunt, I get the impression that he'd have smashed Max Verstappen for that. Absolutely smashed him. And that's what this kid needed to learn. At some point in your life, you need to be put in your place. And that's what this prick needed. But he's probably never got that. As a little child in go-karting, oh, who's this lad? Oh, that's Max Verstappen. Daddy's a Formula One driver. Oh, yeah, but if you overtake young Max here, then Daddy'll come and kick your head in, because that's who Joss is. Yeah, great guy he is. Oh, yeah, you can't call it out that Max is just throwing his car into every other car. Oh, no, you're not allowed to say that. No, that's Max Verstappen. Daddy's a Formula One driver. We saw it all through Max's career. That's why he got the nickname Crashstappen. Didn't happen on its own. It didn't happen like for no reason. He got that nickname because of the number of times he crashed. Right? That's what happened. And then 2021 comes along. Oh, he's a future world champion. Oh, he's the world champion. And in 2022, apparently now, this is the best driver we've ever seen. This is the best driver we've ever seen. Fucking narrative. The creation of the icon that they want you to fan worship. This turd of a human being that's got no regard for his fellow competitor, no real ability to race wheel to wheel. All he's got is the ability to be aggressive, right, and be willing to have a crash if the other car doesn't yield. If he's on the inside, he expects you to yield. If he's on the outside, he expects you to yield. If he's there and you're there, you fucking yield, otherwise he'll crash into you. That's his attitude. That's the attitude of a cunt. Simple as that. He's disgusting. And somebody needs to give him a good hiding, because he needs to learn. I wish that time where he'd have given it the big one to Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon's a flange. Okay? I wish he'd have... Verstappen wouldn't have done it to anybody else, because bullies, they don't pick on somebody who's going to give them a good hiding. I wish somebody would have just turned round on him and just knocked him the fuck out. Okay? Because maybe he'd have learnt then. Maybe he'd have learnt that if you drive like a cunt, you're going to get a good hiding for it. Maybe then he'd have learned how to drive properly. Because yes, he can lap a fast car round the track at a fast pace. And yes, he can do it consistently well over the race duration. He has those attributes. But being a quality driver requires more than that. You need the ability to race wheel to wheel. And he doesn't have that ability. He doesn't. He's filthy. He has got terrible character. You look at his attitude, what he does to his teammate. When he's given a team order to say, okay, give the place back. No, I'm ignoring team orders. I'll do what I want to do because I'm a selfish, entitled cunt. Because that's what he is, right? You look at what he says on the radio where, oh, something doesn't quite go Max's way and he's kicking off on the radio. That's a kind of selfish, entitled turd that he is. That's your boy. That's who you hero worship, Mr. Laughing Face Emoji there. Mr. I think I know something about Formula One because I've watched a few episodes of Drive to Survive. Mr. Wank Boy. Mr. Strap-on Fanboy. You enjoy it, don't you? You enjoy going onto social media and inciting people. That's the best you've got. That's the sadness of your little life. But you don't realise the greater knock-on effects of all of it. You don't realise that these things that we see, people learn and people then replicate those values in life and in society. Selfish values. No respect for their fellow human being. Max Verstappen doesn't have respect for his fellow human being, for his fellow competitors. He's an entitled cunt. And this is what you hero worship. That's the kind of turd that you are because you like that. You see that in somebody and you like that. This is what this sport has built. This sport has enabled. Okay, 2021 was a fraud. 2021 was an absolute fraud. The whole season, they let Max Verstappen get away with driving atrociously. Okay, the whole season, he caused a crash at Silverstone. Oh, let's give Lewis Hamilton a 10-second penalty for that. And like I say, Imola, Spain, Monza, twice. Brazil, Saudi, twice. At 2 penalty points per incident, that's more than 12. He shouldn't have even been competing at Abu Dhabi 2021. That's how filthy he is. He'd have racked up more than 12 penalty points over the course of a season. More than 12 penalty points. But no, we call that let them race and we'll get the radio message from Red Bull today. The radio message from Red Bull today. Lying. Lying. It's like a convicted criminal being given the media to be able to project to the world that, oh, they're fully innocent and they didn't do anything wrong. And it's a complete injustice that they've been convicted with all the evidence of the crime that they've been committed. And Red Bull get to say that to the world. And the strap-on fanboy will believe that because they can't see things objectively. They've just got one set of eyes that believe the strap-on Red Bull agenda that they're allowed to project to the world. And nobody clearly says that's fucking wrong. That's absolutely wrong. And the fact that you're even convincing vulnerable minds of that is fucked up. That is fucked up. So, 2021 was a fraud. Seedle, we're not just talking about what Verstappen is allowed to get away with that wasn't challenged, and hence you get it now. If Lando has a storming second half of the season, if Lando goes into the final race of the season, is it Abu Dhabi this year? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. Let's say Lando's level on points, Andreas, with strap on, going into that last race of the season. And let's say Lando's bossing that last race of the season. And with 5 laps to go, some prick stuffs it into the wall when it must be this lap, okay? and it looks like it's going to be a safety car finish. And your strategists are saying, right, we don't want to pit and lose track position now, because according to the regulations, this race should end behind the safety car. And, Christian Horner's already been on the TV appealing to the racing gods. And then he's on to the race director. We only need one racing lap. And Jonathan Wheatley's there going, you don't have to let those cars go right around the track, and then we have a motor race on our hands. And then Max Verstappen gets his nice soft compound tyres, and Max Verstappen does a dive bomb and again runs your car off the track almost at turn 4 or 5, whatever the fuck it is. And Max Verstappen is the world champion again. The best you've ever seen. What are you going to say to that, Andres? Are you going to say it's because it wasn't addressed properly in the past? Are you going to say that? Who didn't address it properly in the past? Who let that corruption happen? So, when your driver is the victim of it, you're happy to speak out. And again, think about life. You'll cry out when you're the victim, but you're quite happy to just watch when you see somebody else the victim of something. Do fuck all about it. Do nothing about it. As long as your life's alright, as long as everything's working okay in your life, you can see an injustice elsewhere and do fuck all about it. Yeah, don't worry, it doesn't affect me. But you know what? It does affect you. Because sooner or later, something will come along that will affect you, and you will be the victim of the situation. But you never called it out. You never did anything when somebody else was the victim. You just sat back and you just carried on living your lifestyle, being quite happy with it. You're on enough money, you're living the dream, you're happily able to live a life that you're content with, and that didn't affect you at the time. Unlucky on them. But when it happens to you, then what? How about you do something that's right and you stand up for what's right in this world? And then by doing so, we create a world where there's less chance of an injustice taking place. Simple, isn't it? Simple. You stand by, you watch something, and what it does, it enables corruption, it enables these bastards to prosper, but sooner or later, it's going to come round on you, and it's going to impact you. And the strap-on fanboy doesn't understand that. The strap-on fanboy is more interested. He's more entertained by seeing the reactions that they'll get on social media. Ha ha, I'll leave a trolling comment on social media. And if I get a reply, oh, yippee, I've got a reply. Yay, I've achieved a response. Yes, I got someone to react to me. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. What we're seeing in the sport of Formula One is corruption that conditions minds. You've been lied to. You believed a lie. I'm exposing that you've been lied to. I'm exposing how they lied to you. I'm exposing what they did to you to make you believe the lie. And some of you liked the lie that you were given, and therefore you keep fighting for that lie. You're being lied to by a sport that's abusing you, that's taking advantage of you, that did this for its own benefit. But you liked it because you liked the outcome. It's an injustice. That injustice needs to be challenged. Now, Because that injustice has happened to one of their own that they like, now they're going to challenge it. What did you do in 2021? What did you do in 2021? And I don't know if this guy was, I don't think he was McLaren team principal in 2021. Don't know where he was. But I'm talking to all the team principals. What did you do in 2021? You were strangely silent. But the moment it happens that you're the victim of that, oh, then you speak up, don't you? Too late. Too late. That's why I started speaking up after Abu Dhabi 2021. I saw an injustice. I knew it was wrong. I saw the presentation of that injustice being entirely wrong. I saw the media presentation of that injustice being mind conditioning bullshit. I saw the way that the mindless pricks in the comments section even chatted about it, didn't even know what they were arguing about. They didn't even understand that the things that they were arguing about in the comments section of social media were irrelevant. The sports governing body was lying to people, gaslighting people, causing people to actually argue about the wrong things to divert attention from the crux of the matter, which was clearly corrupt. It's a corrupt sport. It's a corrupt show. They made billions by manufacturing it, by allowing illegal stuff to go on, both illegal manoeuvres in racing, right? But ultimately a fraud. Ultimately a fraud. So they will come back. These things will come back. And when you're the victim of them, you don't like it. It will all come out. It will come out. And it will come back. And those perpetrators are going to be exposed. And Red Bull are going to be exposed. And Martin Brundle and Sky Sports F1 are going to be exposed. You bastards that perpetrated this fraud to a global audience are going to be exposed. And your boy Strap-on here, right? This fake fucking fraudulent champion that's a cunt of a human being is going to be exposed for exactly what he is. Exactly what he is. Turd of a human being, okay? Yes, like I say, he has the ability to lap a fast car around a circuit at a fast pace and can do it consistently. But that doesn't make him a good motor racing driver. He'd be a superb time trialist. Okay, a superb time trialist where all he has to do is get his car from A to B at a fast speed. All right, but where there's not other cars in the way, where he has to do something to do an overtaking maneuver. I'd even say that Red Bull car that sometimes is sandbagging at times just to give the illusion that this is a tight sport. I really do think that, but again, that's just an opinion. We don't have the data for a car to have been so far ahead, and now some circuits it is, some circuits it's not. Something's not authentic in. Well, we know that there's a lot that's not authentic in this sport. I don't want to go into the realms of giving speculation and opinion, really. I'm going to do videos with the things that Brundle said. I'm going to do videos with the things that have been projected on the TV, which aren't congruent with what we've heard at other times. They're not even congruent with the things he said today and the things he said later today. Because he's a two-faced, lying bastard. Two-faced, lying, validating bastard, Martin Brundle. Filthy. And again, people idolise him. Oh, he's amazing and his grid walk. We love Martin Brundle. You've got no fucking idea that bastard is lying to you. Because you're brain dead. You don't have the ability to think. But these are the people we share the planet with. This is the way it is. People are brainless. They're happy along in their little world. They think that they're viewing an authentic life and they do not realise they're being lied to because they can't see it. 2021, you were lied to. You were convinced, you were lied to that was authentic. Oh, this is just a new aggressive style of racing. No, it's not. Totally unacceptable. Several of us have told you it's not acceptable. And now today, oh, that's not acceptable. Max gets a 10-second penalty for driving like that. Red Bull get to tell you, yeah, it's McLaren's fault. That's Lando's fault. Yeah, and you'll believe that as well. You've been conditioned to believe that Supermax does nothing wrong. Supermax is the best you've ever seen. Supermax doesn't drive aggressively or dangerously. Supermax is brilliant. The mind conditioning. It's damaging. Truly damaging. Anyway, that would do for this one. But if you don't stand up for what's right, then don't be surprised when some shit happens in your life that shouldn't be happening. And nobody stands up for you. And that shit that's happening to you shouldn't be happening. And had people stood up in the past to deal with it, to make sure it doesn't happen, then maybe you wouldn't be the victim of it when it happens for you. So have a think about it. Have a think about that. You do the right thing, you stand up for what's right, and that should result in there being a less of a chance of you being the victim of it or something similar at some point in your life. Do the right thing. Until next time.